Maybe I've been going nowhere lately. It's time to start all over and go for it. 'Cause they don't even, they don't.
Hi guys, welcome back to the vlog. As you can see in the clips previously, it was a pretty busy weekend full of shows, dancing, and then quickly followed by a bunch of snow. Where we live, we're actually expecting a giant snowstorm on the holiday weekend. So as I'm doing this voice recording, I'm looking outside, seeing all the snow flurries, and I'm getting a little bit nervous that Christmas will be snowed in and lose power, but hopefully we won't. In that case, we are with our families anyways, so it'll still be lots of fun. Back to this day though, I called my mom, did some laundry, and then after doing some laundry, I had to do some admin work after lunch and also clean the house and prep for the Christmas holidays a little bit. Because I worked every weekend and we had the show on the last weekend before the holidays, we didn't have time to really wrap or bake or anything, so everything was very last minute this year. But just because it's last minute doesn't mean it's not going to be fun and great and awesome. It's funny because this year I was so early on putting the tree up and decorating it and getting things ready for the holidays, decorating the house, but yeah, I was late on the actual important things. My mom also gave me the advent calendar from the Body Shop, and that's been really fun to open up. And FYI, I think these clips are actually 2 days, so no, I didn't just film the same thing twice in a row, although my days are very monotonous and similar and kind of look the same. I mean, my mornings at least look the same because I generally start work around 9 or 10. I don't generally start super early anymore, so I have some free time to dance like I am right now in these clips. I actually forgot my pointe shoes in the car and they froze, so they were too cold to put on while I was dancing, so I wore socks and nothing on top because my ballet shoes also have a giant hole in them. I think I'm gonna have to get a new pair because I honestly can't dance in socks anymore in our house because our floor is so slippery. That being said, since the show was done, I'm not as adamant about wearing pointe shoes every day anymore because I don't have to prepare for the show being on point. Now I just want to focus on my entire body, not just my footwork. I want to really work on my épaulement, my upper body, my leg strength, my core strength, pretty much everything in the new year. So comment down below what your goals are, whether they're your ballet goals, your dance goals, your extracurricular goals, your school goals. Let me know in the comments down below and let's all encourage one another and help each other out and get excited and motivated for 2023. So in these clips, I'm actually choreographing a combination I was going to teach the kids Tuesday night. I ended up teaching them a much more sultry and fun jazz routine, and here's the almost finished product. Obviously, I'm in the studio alone, so I'm not doing it full out like they were. They're also younger than me, so they killed it. They did awesome. They were so amazing. They were great. But yeah, I totally got the clips out of order, I just realized. So I didn't go to the studio, come back home, and do all my skincare and all that. This is actually the final clip that night, but I wanted to show you guys the finished product anyways after choreographing at home and what it looked like in the studio versus when I was brainstorming at home, because it's obviously quite different. I don't think I had any of this in it, and I especially didn't have this last move because, oh, that was a lot of confidence there, Jasmine. Anyways, I went for a walk with Elsa after I worked on some choreo in the house, and then after I worked on some choreo, I went on our walk, obviously. Sorry, I'm getting so mixed up. I had some lunch and then did my skincare and got ready to go out and teach. Wow, I've obviously not had enough coffee, so I'm gonna go grab some coffee and this voiceover and then catch you guys in a second. welcome or welcome back to the vlog. Today it is Tuesday, December 20th. It is almost Christmas, guys, and I have nothing ready for the holidays. I have not wrapped a present, nor have I signed a card. I have not done anything for the holidays. I've been so busy with work and trying to get a snow show for the studio, you know, ready, like choreographing things, doing the music, and then on the weekends I was out of the house most of the time. So it's been a busy last few weeks. Nonetheless, I'm going to get ready today for my last class at the studio, my last Tuesday class at least. I still teach on Thursday night, so I'm just doing my skincare now. It's already like 2 o'clock. I did a workout this morning. I also went to the post office and we had no mail, which was kind of sad because I was expecting one package and I was hoping I'd get it today because judging by the weather, I think a lot of things will be backed up around our area for the post. So I also got some PR from Versed. Versed is a high performance skincare company for everyone. They use proven ingredients at skin changing levels and skip the fussy packaging and conventional retail markup, so you only pay for what matters. Goop inside the bottle. They're also vegan, cruelty free, and climate neutral certified, which means that they offset 100% of the climate emissions that they cannot reduce and have since their 2019 launch, including those associated with shipping this package. As they say, we call ourselves Versed because quite frankly, we're pretty well versed in skin and we want you to be too. So yeah, they just sent me some of their best selling products in the mail and I thought I would try them out. I'm going to use the moisture cream today. I'm also going to be using the retinol serum and the daily mineral sunscreen with SPF 35. Since tonight is the last Tuesday that the students have with me, I figured I would do like a little combo, or I would let them make up their own dances. So I'll see how I feel afterwards because I quite frankly don't have a combo right now. I have some songs that would be really good, but I do not have a combo, so we'll have to figure that out. But I have a stretching class with a client in 10 minutes, so I'm just doing a little bit of light makeup before then. All of my makeup froze in the car because I accidentally left everything in the car after the performance on Sunday, and it literally froze. Like my mascara, the wand broke off because it froze, because the liquid just completely froze. So that's disappointing. I'm using a really old mascara, like really old, like a few months old. Definitely too old, but that's okay. Also, I love the feeling of this moisturizer from Burst. It feels very, very moisturizing. I also have no idea where my concealer and blush is. I don't think I'm gonna wear much makeup today. Today is also a dress up day at the studio. I'm supposed to wear an ugly sweater. Well, everybody's supposed to wear an ugly Christmas sweater. I don't own an ugly Christmas sweater, but I own ugly sweaters, so I feel like I can get away with that. Actually, I don't know if I own super ugly sweaters. I own sweaters that are like kind of ridiculous, so I might wear that, but we'll see. Steve and I also have to wrap all of our Christmas presents since Christmas is so soon, and when I get home, I have to edit a video post for tomorrow for YouTube. It's gonna be a busy stretch until the holidays, and even over the holidays I'm gonna be like, oh my god, this has to be posted, this has to be sent. I'm also starting a training program. I don't know why I spread myself so thin this time, but you know what, it's probably because I have a lot more time with some other work things slowing down. And on that note, I'm gonna go get ready to teach. So when I got back home, I had a bunch of presents from my lovely students. I opened them and then got ready for bed. And then the next morning, of course, I had my bagel. You guys already know my go-to bagel is margarine with tomatoes, cucumber, hummus on everything seasoned bagel. I opened my advent calendar for the next day. I love the little quotes that the Body Shop calendar has on all of these presents. I'm really horrible at advent calendars because these are all the things that I opened and put back in because I was hoping to film it for the vlog, or things I hadn't even opened, like to this one from the 9th. I did not open. I would have used this in my bath the other day. Hi. I'm just chilling. I just washed my face with the facial cleanser from First Aid Beauty, and I'm going to be trying out some of the new things from my advent calendar, such as this hydrating toner in vitamin E. So I know I'm supposed to use my hands when it comes to sensitive skin with the toner versus a cotton ball, so I'm gonna do that. Let's see how thin it is. It's a little bit thin, but that's okay. It smells really good. I have a class in like 15 minutes, so I'm not gonna do my makeup until after class. I've been doing more and more classes without a full face of makeup, which is new to me because I've been wearing makeup since I was like 16, 17, and I've been doing a full face since before COVID, and then when COVID hit and we were all at home, I was like, what's the point? That being said, I found that I do a lot more makeup when I'm staying at home versus when I'm going out to teach, because when I go out to teach, I forget that I maybe have to wear a mask, or I'm dancing and I get my makeup all over my sleeve. So I usually just wear mascara when I'm out to teach in person, and then when I'm at home, I wear a full face sometimes if I feel like it. Let that soak in, and I'm gonna go get changed to teach because I obviously can't teach in this, and then I'm gonna do my makeup after my class because I have to get to some studying and I do want to wear some makeup today. So I thought while I was doing my makeup, I thought while I was doing my makeup, I could answer some questions that you guys asked me on Instagram. I put on my Instagram Q&A to ask me anything, and this was a few days ago. I just haven't had the time to answer them yet, so here we go. First question being, are you a lefty? I am, and it's funny because I'm a lefty when it comes to legs and dancing for the most part. When it comes to pirouettes, I am strictly a righty. There's no instance where I'm a good left turner, like not even piqué turns or anything. I'm just better on my right side. It's really weird. I'm also right-handed. Hey, would you like to help me draw up a training schedule? I really can't do this. I think in terms of training schedule, everybody's got different goals, different aspirations, different ideas of what they have to be. And my biggest piece of advice drafting up your training schedule is do something that you can actually be consistent on. And that goes for everything in life, whether you're doing a workout schedule or you're just doing a ballet training schedule, like I think you're suggesting, or even if it's studying, do something that you can stick to and be consistent with. I had to do that when I did my YouTube channel, for example, and I think it's doing pretty well because I've been consistent. And same with YouTube, and I just said YouTube, TikTok and Instagram. What advice would you give about not having any motivation to stretch and condition my body? Biggest advice is that if you don't stretch and condition your body to offset the stress that dancing can put on, you might get injured. So that's my biggest piece of advice as to why you have to stretch and condition, because otherwise you can get severely injured. So that's my biggest piece of advice. What is the hardest and best thing about ballet? I think the hardest thing is actually very personal, and I think it's the internal struggle of feeling like you're not good enough, when in fact, you are. I mean, you're getting opportunities more often than not, so you have to be good at some level, even if it's just an opportunity such as moving up a level in class. I mean, we're always moving forward, regardless of when you started, who you are. There's no such thing as really going backwards in training. As long as you're consistent and you show up, you're going to get better in a lot of ways. So I think the hardest thing about ballet is, still pushing yourself and maintaining that same work ethic while also acknowledging the fact that you have come far and you are doing well. So yeah, that would be the hardest and best thing, I think. How tall are you? I am 5'5" on my resume, and I'm actually 5'4.5". You guys heard it here first. What's the best tip for keeping flexibility during the summer? I think same thing, just being consistent. I know I've said this like 10 times already, but being consistent and not being hard on yourself if you can't make it to a stretching class, or you can't, fit in a stretching session every single day. Being consistent, meaning doing something that is actually achievable to you and something that is sustainable to your lifestyle. What is your advice for older ballerinas? Same thing. This whole vlog is just gonna be like, be consistent. But honestly, be consistent, show up, enjoy the process of failing. Really enjoy it, because there's no better feeling than failing at something and then getting better at it because you realized, well, it didn't work out doing that, so I may as well try a different tactic or listen to my teacher a little bit more. So enjoy the process of making mistakes because it's meant to happen, and don't be too hard on yourself. Why did you start ballet again? I never really quit. So I quit because of injury, and then I just came back to it because it was my job. What pointe shoes do you use? Normally I use the Gainermanden. Lately I've been using Freed Studio Pro for fun. I just wanted to say that I see the endorsement deals are starting and I'm happy for you. Thank you. That has been really exciting. And it's been something, funnily enough, that was a goal of mine in 2021. And my original goal was to have one sponsored post. And I'm not trying to brag or anything, be like, wow, I'm so popular, I have all these sponsorships. No, I mean, I'm just proud of where I've come, and it's because of you guys watching my content. It's it's because of you guys helping me grow, you know? I see that one video doesn't do well and I'm like, well, there's nothing wrong with that. It didn't do well. I'm just gonna post something that did well in the past and that you guys were receptive towards. So I really owe it all to you guys, so thank you. And it has allowed me to, you know, fall back on that because I'm not professionally dancing anymore. I'm working a part-time job. This summer I was working 2 part-time jobs, one of which was pretty much full-time because it gave me 38 hours a week, and then I was dancing and teaching 20 hours a week. So I was so run down. But now because social media has been able to be monetized for me, I have been able to quit that job that I really didn't like in retail, and now I can dedicate more time to social media and have more freedom in my schedule to actually create and do what I want, you know? I never had time before in the summer. Plus we were trying to renovate the bathroom, which I still have to do a tour on, but honestly, the bathroom's always a mess now because I create so much content in here and I feel like I literally live in this bathroom. So I really need to clean it up really nice and then show you guys what it looks like. And Steve also has to help me with that, but he's also very busy with work. That's besides the point. What I was saying before is that I'm very, 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 very thankful for you guys helping me out with my social media journey. I also had to move the camera up because I was scrunching my back so much and it was hurting so much. Also, side note, I think I told you guys already that I froze all my makeup, so I don't know really what to do for like eyeliner and stuff because I don't have any. I think I'm gonna have to do like water eyeliner with this e.l.f. pencil, which I love, but like I love the look of a sharp winged liner. That's like my signature look. So I'm gonna have to wait till after the holidays because I spent way too much money during the holidays to repurchase my fly liner by Fenty Beauty. So we'll have to deal with whatever the heck this is. Actually, that doesn't look so bad. I'm pretty impressed. Maybe if I like blend it out with a brush, it'll look better. The only brush that I have is like used a lot with a blue color, so let's see what happens. Oh, that looks terrible. What did I do? That looks so bad. Whatever, it's fine. I'm online today. Nobody's gonna see me in person. You can barely tell I'm even wearing makeup most of the time. Like this morning when I taught my 2 online classes, I didn't even wear makeup because I was like, you know what, I don't feel like it. Oh my gosh, guys, this is not working out. That's fine. I only have like 15 minutes until my class starts, so I'm just gonna wing it. Pun not intended. Oh my god, this is a disaster. You know, when in doubt, just blend it out. I think I can salvage this. I think I'm just gonna like blend it out a bunch and use this shimmery white stuff. Like pretend that didn't happen. Just blend it out. Oh my god, guys, I suck. This is why I need the fly liner liquid pencil because it's so much more precise than whatever the heck this is. Come on. You know what? It's gonna be fine. Tell about the path to become a dancer. So I described this on TikTok before and I'll say it again on YouTube. I started when I was like 3, 4, doing classes once a week. And then my teacher, when I was in my dance school that was like a competition dance studio, was like, Jasmine, you should consider auditioning for Canada's National Ballet School, which at the time I was like, there's no way I could get into it, but I'm gonna like binge watch every single thing about this school. And I became obsessed. So when I auditioned, I actually did not get in the first time, nor did I get in the second time. So after the second time, I was heartbroken because I just felt like my dreams were shattered because I was getting to that point, that age where I was like, if this isn't working out now, it's never gonna work out, you know? I mean, dancers have it especially hard because you can't start professionally at like 17, 18. And I'm not saying you actually can't, I'm just saying it's really hard to. So I knew I couldn't probably. But when I got the call, or when my parents got the call, hi, we'd like to invite Jasmine to the summer school just to try it out. She probably won't get in for the full year, but I think she'd like the experience. Oh my gosh, I was ecstatic. So were my parents. They were so happy and proud and excited. So I went to the summer school and then 2 weeks later they called and offered me a full-time spot with a scholarship. So that was my story to entering the professional dance world, joining a school, a professional ballet school. And then after that, same thing, had a lot of rejection, like a lot of people. I had so much rejection. In fact, I almost quit because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can handle this, but I didn't. I was persistent and I was stubborn. So I showed up to auditions even when, you know, I didn't feel 100% comfortable, but I knew I just have to push through it and try my best, show my best work, and something's got to happen and work out, and it luckily did, thankfully. And yeah, then I was a professional for 5 years. Not a long career, but you know, it was a great experience. It allowed me to travel and it allowed me to learn more about myself. It allowed me to be more independent and it allowed me to live my dream of being a ballet dancer, ballerina. I think that's You know, a lot of people are like, that is a really cool job, and it doesn't register to us that it is actually a really cool job to get paid to dance on your toes. It is, and it's obviously much more than that, but it's just sometimes I forget how cool the job is, and that's not me trying to brag, that's just me saying I feel very lucky and fortunate, you know? I'm injured and I have to send in a video audition by January 13th. Tips. I've been there, girl. I've been there. And I actually skipped a vacation to Hawaii because there was a audition. January 13th, I remember, because it was unlucky. January 13th, I skipped my vacation to Hawaii with my mom because I wanted to go to National Ballet of Canada. Now, I had a stress fracture at that time, and in hindsight, I should have just went on the vacation and said, you know what, I'm gonna give my body a rest because clearly it needs rest. No, I went to the audition and I made a fool of myself. I was so injured, I couldn't even point my foot, and I felt so embarrassed, and I was in so much pain. I couldn't focus, I couldn't pick up any of the choreography. So again, made a fool of myself because I was so in pain. So my piece of advice is listen to your doctor's physio. You need time off, take time off. The world's not gonna end if you take some time off and get back to it when you're 100% healthy. It's actually better to take the time off now while you're young and while you're still injured, and then come back stronger and healthier and better. What made you decide to start a YouTube channel? So glad that you did. Love from Atlanta. So actually starting a YouTube channel was something that Steven and my mom were like, you should start because, you know, I was laid off during COVID like a lot of people, not just laid off, but my studio actually completely shut, and that was my first job after leaving the ballet world. So I was like, so first of all, I left something that I dedicated my entire life to, and then it shut down and fired me. Wow, I'm really down. So Steven was like, you should definitely just start a YouTube channel. And I was like, no, I'm so embarrassed of it though. So I did post a few videos because my work was like, Jasmine, would you like to do this for us? Even though we're closed right now, it would really motivate the students and help us, and then we can pay you. And I was like, yeah, for sure. I loved it. Oh my gosh, I loved the editing, I loved the voiceovers, I loved the production part of it. It was just so much more creative than I was used to. Even though being a dancer is pretty creative, just you don't get to do a lot of that kind of creative work unless you're like a choreographer or you work within the production team. So I really love doing that, and it let me be really hands-on with my work versus just being the body and the kind of model. So I really enjoyed it, and I didn't do it for a year, and then eventually I caught on, you know what, I really should be doing this because it was like the second lockdown around, because I was really bored and I don't know, I saw a lot of other people doing it and I was like, you know what, I may as well. I'm gonna shoot my shot. I don't care if anybody laughs at me because I'm secure in my relationship. I have great family, great friends who will support me, and if people don't, that's their problem, and they're clearly not good friends if they don't support you for what you do, if you enjoy doing it and if it brings you happiness. So I just kind of did it after a year of them telling me you should do it, and I did join late. Yes, could have been a lot farther now if I'd started earlier, so I wish I had started earlier, but I'm not gonna go there. Do you have any advice so that I can improve faster and better in ballet? I'd say not to take it so seriously. I mean, the times that I improved the most when I was a professional ballet dancer, even when I was in school, was when I didn't take it as seriously, you know? I wasn't beating myself down because I didn't get this one thing. I actually was just enjoying it. I was having fun with it again. So that actually took time for me to take a step back. I actually took a couple months off, and then I went to San Francisco Ballet School, and I improved so much during that summer. But the reason I improved was because I was happy doing it. I wasn't resenting it anymore. So if you find yourself resenting classes, take a breather. I'm not saying quit, but I'm just saying try to dissociate yourself from the dancer in the studio. You know, you are a whole other person other than the artist that's in the studio. You have a whole personality, a whole life, a whole family, a whole purpose. Recording.
You tricked me.
I didn't catch that, but you can hear it. Is it still recording?
Yeah.
Okay, bye, sorry. Steve just tripped up the stairs. Your favorite ballet to watch and your favorite to perform in? Swan Lake, Swan Lake, Swan Lake, Swan Lake. Best healthy snacks. I love the granola bars by Made Good. I also love Dose juices, which by the way, I got my subscription box from Dose, which I have to put in the fridge because I realized I took it in the house and I forgot to put it in the fridge. But luckily, Dose Juice actually insulates all their packages so that you don't have to worry about the juices going bad if they're left out for a long period of time. And don't forget to use my code Jasmine McD for 15% off your purchase of Dose juices. I love, 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 love Dose Juice is a healthy pick-me-up with a granola bar on the side. Beautiful. Between dances, although I don't use them as a meal replacement, I do use them as a pick-me-up, and I do use them as an extra source of fuel, nutrients, and energy. Why did you blah 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 blah? What does your stretching and strengthening routine look like? Right now, I have been taking a lot of time to reflect over the past year before the next year, to compartmentalize what happened this year and try to schedule in my brain physically, mentally, what I'm going to do next year. So I honestly haven't been doing a lot of strengthening and stretching. I probably should be, but I've just been kind of winding down before 2023 begins, because I feel like at the end of 2022, rather than getting all amped up, I'm trying to like relax because my work is amping up like this. So I'm trying to offset this stress from work and this amount of workload by relaxing in my evenings and afternoons, not overworking myself, maybe filming a little bit less, working out less, so that I can have energy to do all this, so that in 2022, when this calms down, my work life calms down, I can focus on myself again. So it's all a good balance, right? On that note, I have to go teach in 2 minutes, so I will catch you guys later. This makeup look is not that bad. Could be worse, could be better. So I've been incorporating my sauna blanket about 2 to 3 times a week, and it's been really nice, especially in the winter. I just feel very calm. I'm also doing my teacher training program while I'm in the sauna. I think it looks kind of fun.